Hey guys, Aznbaka here, and today we do episode 2 of Dal Segno, and let's get on with the video. Morning, huh? I felt pretty refreshed. I didn't remember any dreams, so I must have been out cold. Yeah. Good thing I took an extra effort to set up my curtains last night. Even in the morning, the sun was glaring. The sunlight might replace my alarm clock at this point. It was undoubtedly summer here. I mean, it was technically winter, but it was summer year-round here. I need to stretch out and fully wake myself up. It was likely gonna be a tough first day. Well then, I finished my morning prep last night, so I guess I'll get changed and eat. Huh? Nori?
あれ
Do you know how to knock?
なんでもう起きてるの
What?
じゃなくて、なんでもう起きてるの
What do you mean, why? It's morning, dummy!
わかってないように。転校初日は妹キャラに起こされるものでしょ。それがお約束でしょ。
What are you... Great. Confused again first thing in the morning. I thought I had a good start by getting up early, but here I was getting yelled at. I could still see the numbers. To make matters worse, hers just went down by 1. I did have some small hope that when I woke up, I wouldn't see them anymore. So wait, Nori was unhappy because I was already awake? I knew it was yesterday, but I realized just how stressful it would be to see someone's happiness level. I was already the type to stress out over people's reactions. My mind wouldn't get a moment's rest. It was troubling, not even knowing the reason she was angry, and seeing the number go down. So, could you stop glaring at me like that? I woke up, and I didn't even snooze, you know?
そうだけど、納得いかないもん。
That was my line. So, why are you here anyway? This is the number 2 dorms, right?
そうだよ。
So, wait, did you come from the number 1 dorms just to wake me up?
人の話を全然聞いてないの？昨日ちゃんと説明したよ、私。どうも上の空っぽかったから、なんかおかしいなと思ってはいたけど。私は心配してたのに。
Believe me, I knew I was out of it yesterday. If that was what made her worried, then I guess I was somewhat at fault. Sorry, Nori. So much happened yesterday, I felt pretty flustered. I know it's a hassle, but if you don't mind, can you just explain from the start?
そういうことなら分かった。今度はちゃんと聞いていてよね。
Alright, I got it. I'm listening. I feel good today. I think.
多分。
Don't worry about it. I'm listening.
まったくもう、にってば私がいないと本当にダメなんだから。
Oh my god. I'm in love with her already. A complete wreck? Come on. Why did the number go up? I thought she was mad at me. I guess Nori was more temperamental than I thought? I don't know. Whatever, I decided to just hear her out.
この第二学生寮は 季節外れの転校生を一時的に住まわせる寮なの。あとは特殊な事情があったりして第一学生寮にいられない人とか。
So, I'm the former.
そう、そして私は後者。
So, did you get kicked out?
どうしてそうなるのよ。
Well, you said special reasons, so I thought maybe you raided the cafeteria fridge or something.
にい、真面目に聞いてる？
Yes, seriously. Her eyes were kinda scary there.
あのね、今ここに住んでいるのは女子ばかりなの。それなのに見ず知らずの男子を一人女子の中へ放り込むわけにはいかないでしょ。だから会長さんから直々に頼まれていとこの私も移ってくることになったの。つまり任意のお目付け役ってことなの、私は。
Now I understood. It was also my fault that Nori had to move here from the number 1 dorms. Sorry about that. Moving just have been hard, right?
大変だったけど別にいいの。状況が状況だからしょうがないでしょ。それにその分久しぶりに兄と一緒にってなんでもない。
Thanks, Nori. The memories I had living together with her were coming back. She didn't have to get all fussy or go to such lengths to try and hide it. I was happy with the nostalgia myself. She was a cutie as always.
もう子供扱いしないでっていつも言ってるじゃない。
Getting your head rubbed isn't something that only happens to kids, you know?
そうだけど、
Was she happy or angry? Honestly though, I'm happy you're here with me.
何言っちゃってるの急に。もういい加減頭から手を離しててば。
I really was grateful though. I started my new life here with the ropeless bungee jump. Then I started seeing numbers on people's heads. The climate was different, and that snow sprite stuff was everywhere. It was all just so new. But I just felt comfortable. It was a sense of relief mixed with familiarity.
髪くしゃくしゃになってない？
I didn't do it that hard, so you're fine. I could still see the number on her head. But for a minute there, I felt like I was able to ignore it. It really was a huge relief that Nori was here with me, like when we were kids. It's my first day and so I don't want to be late. I better get ready. By the way, did you already eat?
この量食事は個人個人で取る方針だから私はもう食べちゃったよ。
I see. Then, can you wait for me until I finish eating?
いいけどなんで？
Can you accompany me to the campus? I don't know where administrations is or anything. It might be a hassle for you, but can you show me around? How about it?
まったくには私がいないと本当にダメなんだから。
I'll get used to things as quick as I can so I don't bug you anymore.
しょうがないな。一人前になるまで私が面倒見てあげるから。
Thanks. I was glad for her help, but I couldn't depend on Nori forever. I came here to be independent after all. I needed to adapt to life here and get things done on my own. I guess I had to start knuckling down. Wait here, Takamura. There was still some time before my introduction to the class. I stared at this thing in my hands. Total application board. shortened to tab. Apparently, it was a tablet given to all students. The instructor handed me one just a second ago. He said it was easy to use, and I get used to it right away. Of course, it could receive emails, and I could use it as a day planner, but it also substituted textbooks in class. Paradise was more high-tech than I thought. But it didn't look complicated, so I would probably be fine. Alright, Takamura, you're up. Yes, sir. I'm Atsuya Takamura. I know it's the middle of the term, but I've just transferred from the city. Graduation is just around the corner, but I hope we can all get along until then. I practiced what I was gonna say a few times, so I didn't mess it up. Transfer students are always judged by this first introduction. I tried to sound authentic without overdoing it, and keep it simple to avoid coming off as a weirdo. But I was more concerned with the numbers rather than their expressions. I'm just happy they didn't notice me looking at their foreheads. Also, luckily none of the numbers decreased. Just being considered a normal guy was the biggest success I could hope for. And your seat. How about the back of this row? Alright. Maybe if I said no way to his face, I could have been the popular dude from day one. Things went well enough, I thought. Trying not to look at the numbers, I kept my eyes on the floor. Just make a beeline for my seat and...
Yahoo!
I felt like I heard a voice from somewhere. But who could have...
よろしくね。
I recognized those big eyes, and also that weird hat that sat above them. And then, all at once it seemed, yesterday's events came flooding back to me. And a chill ran down my spine. First period was over. Naturally, the moment the instructor left, everyone started chatting. So far so good. But those eyes to my side have been fixed on me the whole time. It was futile to play dumb any longer. Not just the same school, but we're even in the same class.
ってことはやっぱり昨日の君だったんだね。
I wish it weren't so, but yeah. I just wanted to leave my marvelously clumsy introduction behind for good.
手を振っても無視されたから、あれれ違う人なのかなって思ってたよ。
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you know, it was first period. It's also my first day, so I was trying not to stand out.
島へ来た初日に紐なしバンジーなんて、とっても素敵なミラクルを披露したのに。
Just drop that already, will ya? Despite her hyper-innocent face, she was packing some dangerous taunts. Well, I was pretty ridiculous in that whole ordeal. I was so embarrassed at the time, I just wanted to get away. Maybe she didn't have the best impression of me. I guess I needed to redeem myself. Alright, I was so flustered yesterday, I didn't get a chance to properly introduce myself. You know already, but I'm Atsuya Takamura. Thanks for yesterday, really.
君のそういうところ嫌いじゃないな、私。
Ahem? Huh? I'm flattered you think so, but...
からかったら悪いよね。ごめんごめん。
Okay. I'm really bad on my feet in situations like this. I was nervous enough on my first day, but this was torture. But then again, her number didn't change. And like she said, I'm sure it was just harmless teasing.
私は朝宮ひまり。昨日も言ったけど、ひまりでいいよ。
Asamiya Himari. That fits you.
しっくり？何が？面白い表現するよね、君。
Really? The name just fits you perfectly.
どの辺が？
The name, Asamiya, just has a fresh and pretty ring to it. Himari, not so much, but somehow it just sinks in too. Either way, I just think it's a cute name. It fits you. Yeah. Was that weird too?
「今のどう思いますか？それとも計算？計算だとしたら末恐ろしいですぞ、こやつ。」
I was taken aback by her sudden crazy behavior. Did I just hit a home run with that compliment? Likely not. Himari? What are you... She was clutching her weird hat and muttering to herself. There was definitely a conversation going on. I was also worried about the stares from all around. Himari's voice alerted them. I really wanted to avoid standing out. What is it?
もしかして口説いてる？
I can't say I wasn't, but I just want to be friends for now. Okay, that sounded wrong. Okay, never mind. Don't listen to that. Ignore that. Hit? That totally came out of left field, and I had no idea how to answer. Could it have been the way I phrased it? My attempts to produce a compliment had dug me into a hole. Sorry, you got the wrong idea. I mean, I think you're cute, but it's not like I'm hitting on you. I just thought, you know, rather than saying you're cute directly, I could play it safe and phrase it a different way. Yikes. I couldn't even follow what I was saying at this point.
やっぱり素だったんだ。誤解だったらいいよ。びっくりしたけど。私も変なこと言っちゃったから、ここはお互い様ってことで一つ。ね。見えないとこういう時ほど。
She immediately covered her mouth.
あの時はバタバタしてたから気にしてなかったけど、これはやっぱりですかね。まずは計画不足ってそれじゃあ毎朝学園来ないといけないじゃない。あ、でも出席日数稼ぎを兼ねると思えばまあちょうどいいけどってよくない。
Should I play along with this? Or perhaps I should just keep observing this spectacle? Right, I also needed to make sure the other classmates weren't staring. Nothing. Or maybe they just weren't looking intentionally? I suppose that's how they dealt with her. I guess if I was hanging out with Himari, then they would consider me a nuisance too? The sweet sound of the bell.
あれ、もうこんな時間？
Well, actually, I believe that signals the beginning of class.
私をこんなに長く教室にさせるなんて、なかなかやりますな。今日のところは退散するけど、君のこと興味持っちゃったみたいだから。そういうことで、また明日ね。
Tomorrow? Where are you? And she was gone. Not so much as a glance back. The rest of the class seemed unfazed. What's up with this class anyway? I was thoroughly lost. I mean, I was yesterday too, but today was no different. Would I be alright from here on out?
朝宮城に興味を抱かせるとは、なかなかやるではないか。どうしよう。あの容姿に見せられ近づく者は山といたが、誰一人寄せつけなかった難攻不落の要塞だぞ。
Great. Another weirdo. He placed a jovial hand on my shoulder. Oh god. I might have caught something. I needed to get him off me.
俺の手はバッチくないぞ、同志。
Sure, sorry. I brushed him off instinctively. What was with this guy with his $1 million smirk? Was he smiling or just wincing? It was just one thing after another. Just whatever. So, what's up with Comrade anyway?
いい質問だ、マイ同志よ。俺の名は辻谷大和。非公式新聞部に所属する学園一の情報通だ。
So basically, you're the capo's Suginami. Awesome.
同志であるお前には特別に大和と呼ぶ栄誉を与えよう。
Number one was definitely self-proclaimed, and he topped it off with an arrogant style and smirk. This guy was undoubtedly a weirdo. I definitely caught something when he touched me. Oh well, as long as I didn't lose my mind, I figured I'd be fine. So, what's the number one info wire you got to tell me?
喜ぶ。先ほどの朝宮城のことだ。
You need to speak up. I could barely hear that. Oh. Even if it came from a questionable source, I was definitely interested in hearing about Himari. He at least knew more than I did. I could see if he was making it up, or not later anyway.
朝宮城はほとんど学園に来ることはなく、来ても今日のように朝礼だけ顔を出して帰っていくの。
But why? Or could I even ask that? How could he know? Usually in case like this, there was some family issues going on too. I was still mostly a stranger, so maybe it would be best not to snoop.
実に思慮深く好ましい反応だ、同志。
I had tried and ignored his smirk. The number on his head increased for some reason.
何らかの気遣いをしたようだが、安心したまえ。これは本人も公言している周知のことだ。
Oh, alright. Well, let's hear it then. My irritability was beginning to show. I mean, he may have been enjoying himself, but I certainly wasn't, so whatever. I was getting exhausted constantly analyzing my behavior, and it was only the first morning.
朝宮城が朝礼に顔を出すのは、おおよそ出席日数の確保のためだ。元来休みがちな御仁でな、進級に必要な最低限の日数だけは稼ぐつもりらしい。
So, how does she get credit for just coming to first period?
単位に関しては、期末考査で規定の点数さえ超えれば何も文句は言われん。この学園は自由と結果を重視する校風なのだよ。まあもっとも学園の自由さも彼女の自由人っぷりの前では型なしだがな。
Quite the erudite speaker, aren't ya? Whatever. So, you're so great. So just quit your gloating. Makes me want to break your face. Which means that just now also comes and goes freely?
あれ？ああ、あの特殊能力のことだな。
Special ability?
そう、彼女は目に見えない精霊と話ができるという、なんとも稀有な才能を持っているらしいのだ。
Uncommon indeed. Almost as uncommon as a guy who pride comes from snooping on others. It may have already been too late, but I really would have liked for him to put the comrade thing to rest. I didn't want to be his comrade at all. Why do I have to keep running into such characters here?
個性的といえば。
Yamato's eyes stopped on an empty desk, then continued toward the classroom door. Was he expecting someone?
噂をすればなんとやらだな。
我は封印されし魔王が娘。そなたの名を復活の荷へとして捧げん。
Oh dear, we have one of Chuni Bios. I'm a fan of it though, so it doesn't matter. And I then understood why Yamato got hung up on my mention of character. Her clothes were different, or they were just arranged differently. Like a goth lolly. Maybe that's why there was a kind of mystical aura about her. By all accounts, she just seemed like a normal girl with a slightly eccentric approach to her outfit. But what she just said wasn't normal. It was far from it.
待て、魔王の娘よ。我が同志の名をそうやすやすと教えるわけにはいかんぞ。
黙れ、小賢しき黒の番人よ。我らの積年の願いの成就、邪魔はさせぬ。
貴様らの願いなど知ったことではないが、我が同志を巻き込むとあらばこのヤマト捨ておけん。
ほう、黒の番人がそこまで入れ込んでいるとは、ますます興味深い存在ではないか。
I mean, I knew I wasn't supposed to judge by appearance, but only an idiot would suspend judgment here. These two weren't like the other students, were they? No, they weren't. Everyone else was averting their gaze. Not one of them looked over our way. They were pretending not to notice, or maybe just didn't want to get involved. I don't know.
そのもののマナを手に入れ、我がしもべとなさん。
この俺の目が黒いうちにはそんな暴挙はさせはせん。
Well, they did seem to be kinda having fun. Either way, I was probably already grouped with the weirdos. I figured I should play along, then make my exit. Sorry, Yamato. Your sacrifice will be, remembered.
逃がしはせぬぞ、輝く者よ。
追わせはせん。
Ow! What the?
しまった。
Huh? What just happened? Wait. Was that my ID card?
すまない。どうしよう。
No, it's cool. Her eyes went from mine to my card and back. It kinda made me nervous.
お主の名、覚えたぞ、輝く者。これはもう用済みだ。収めるがよい。
Thanks. She gave me back my ID, which was good, but why did her number just increase? She did look kind of happy. Who knows?
我が名は光月伊代。我がマナを知る栄誉に打ち震えよ。
Tremble in the glory of the oh wow. It's gonna have a hard time just trying to understand her. But you know what? I like her. You know why? Because she's the voice of Tomotake Yoshino in Aznbaka. And I love her voice. And I just love her. Everything. Okay, that's enough about me fangirling, fanboying, or whatever they call it. So, enough. I'm Atsuya Takumura, like you just saw on my card. I was trembling either way, and not the good kind of trembling. She even laughed like a creature of darkness. I felt terror clutch my spine with a vice-like grip. Himari was starting to seem a lot more normal. I even had a conversation with her. Basically. I also just noticed that class hadn't even started yet. How many times had I sighed since yesterday? A girl with mysterious powers, and then this nutty comrade guy, and now the daughter of darkness? I wonder how long I'll last. I wasn't the one who would do myself in at this rate. Well then, I somehow managed to get through the morning, ignoring all the numbers around me. I would have to live with the numbers until Ame could find a solution for me. Well, at least I was getting used to how the tab worked. Alright. Right. I was on my way to the cafeteria, the way Yamato told me to go. It's not like I packed a lunch. I guess I had to give the new wires some credit. His rundown of the campus layout was easy to understand. Well, no need to praise him. He probably got a boost to his ego after leaving that whole exchange. And that other... Io, the daughter of... what? Darkness? Whatever. During class, her aura did seem more dark, maybe purple, as she sat next to me. And she always eats lunch in isolation. Yamato told me as much, but it was a moot point to me. I figured I should try and eat among others. It wouldn't make me less conscious of stairs. If no one came to talk to me, I could see myself getting lonely here. I guess that means I should be thankful for those weirdos in class trying to meet me. Yeah. I need to eat before anything else. Hunger robs you of your focus and discretion. A veritable foe indeed. I think about them later when I... Would... Intercom. Would Atsuya Takumura please report to the student council office immediately? I repeat. Me? I listened again to make sure. It was. And right before lunch, hopefully it would be over quick, whatever it was. So, where am I supposed to go? I had to find the office quick, but my whole lunch break was gone. Gotta hurry. This is Atsuya Takumura. I was called here just a moment ago. Thank you. Huh? Was this really the student council office? Shelves lined with files, classy sofas, and what seemed to be an assortment of victory flags. As far as I could tell, this seemed more like the principal's office or a reception room for VIPs.
あなたが季節外れの転入生で間違いないですか?
Oh, your voice. I know your voice for sure. Traku Riot Yarai Mio, Noble Works, Masamune Shizuru. I love her voice, and the style of how she is so gorgeous. She had a gentle, refined voice, adding to the air of formality here. Her voice matched her appearance. This was a high society girl.
間違いないですか?
No, not at all. I'm Atsuya Takamura, and I just started today.
私はこの風名学園の生徒会長、紫葉月と言います。以後お見知りおきを。
The pleasure's mine. I am Atsuya Takamura.
立ち話もなんですので、お座りください。
Yes, let's. And sit I shall. Oh, nice and soft. I always imagined a student council leader being a bit formal, and this girl seemed to be no exception. Her posture and grace was pleasant to observe. I'll sit up straight too.
緊張なさっていますか?
Well, maybe, I guess.
普段通りで構いません。楽になさってください。振る舞いも口調も普段通りで結構です。その方が確認に適していますので。
Well, if you put it that way, alright. I sunk back into the billowing sofa. The backrest wasn't gonna use itself. I should just act normal, like she said. Of course, I'd still tread lightly though. Everyone had to put on a mask from time to time. I figured I'd be at least a little careful here. Her number on her head hasn't changed either. Means I hadn't messed up yet.
先ほど生徒会長と名乗らせていただきましたが、今日お呼びしたのは生徒会としてではありません。
Not the student council?
私のもう一つの肩書き、理事長代理としてです。そちらの要件でお呼び立てした次第です。
Standing in as principal.
本来であれば理事長からお話しすべきことなのですが、あいにく本日は不在なのです。ですのでこの度は私が代わりを務めさせていただくこととなりました。
I see.
同じ学生の身ながらそのような立場にあること、転入直後のあなたは理解に苦しむかもしれませんが、父の仕事を娘が手伝うという特殊なケースということでご了承いただけますか?
Sure, I understand, but that must be tough on you. If there's anything I can do to help.
お気遣い感謝します。
I genuinely offered to help, but it may have come off like I was just sucking up. Her number remaining neutral meant that she took it well, I guess. But the glaring number on her head distracted from her look. And it was a shame, too. She had such a cute blend of elegance garnished with that soft smile. All her natural appeal was squandered with that number staring back at me. But that number reads 107. 107. That totally dwarfs any of the numbers I had seen so far. My interest had been piqued.
それで失礼ですが、あなたの資料を拝見させていただきました。転入試験を優秀な成績で通過し、特待生として本日付で当学園へ転入となっています。
I don't know how excellent it was, but yes, this is my first day here. She didn't look at all like the type to lie, so that meant I didn't look bad on paper to her.
優秀な学生が増えることは歓迎いたします。ですが
However?
ですがなぜこの時期を選ばれたのか、それを聞かせていただけますか?
Is there some kind of problem?
リスクマネジメントとしての事務的な質問です。現時点に懸念があるわけではありませんので。
Well, in that case, I guess she was just asking out of curiosity. I decided to play it safe anyway. I had always heard this place was a paradise, so if I was gonna transfer, I figured sooner was better than later. I had no idea how much detail was on my file, so if she was just asked about the transfer timing, I would leave it at that. My cousin had also mentioned that the dorms and the environment here, in general, is really nice.
いとこ、藤代ノエリさんのことですね。
Oh, that's right. She actually mentioned that it was your idea to have her in the same dorm as me.
ええ。寮の運営を安定させるために、ノエリさんにも協力をいただいたまでです。
Thank you for your concern. I appreciate it.
いえ、お礼など。
Even though I was really eager to come here, I'm still nervous. So, it's really cool that Nori can be here with me.
寮については別の機会もあると思いますので、またその時に改めて。
Okay then. Was it just my imagination, or did she seem a little flustered? I thought I heard a small sigh.
時期についてのお話は分かりました。学園への転入を歓迎いたします。特待生としての自覚を持って、勉学に励んでいただくことを期待します。
Well, I'll certainly do my best to keep my priority treatment.
結構です。
Again, no change in her number. I guess I passed this little interview with her.
お聞きしたいことは以上です。良い学園生活を。
Well, actually, I have one question. Do you mind?
どうしました？
Are you always like this, or?
おっしゃりたい意味がよくわからないのですが。
You're the model image of a student president, so I was just thinking it might get tiring keeping that up all the time. You're a student like the rest of us, but you have all this extra work helping your father. I was just thinking to myself, if you ever get a break. I mean, I was just thinking.
初対面でプライベートな質問にお答えするのはまだ早いと思いませんか？
Well, I kind of felt that way when you were asking me too. I don't have your file on hand after all.
え？
That question was just me putting together a file on you from here on out.
ええ、わかりました。
That's all for me. I'll be leaving then. Jeez. I can see she takes her duties seriously, but my lunchtime is gone. But she was so formal the whole time. But I think I saw her face relax at my last question. I'd just be happy if she can take it a little easier. Alright. Gotta focus on the afternoon period. It was still my first day. Gotta get pumped. Wow. I was led here unwittingly by the scent of the shore. So, I don't think I had ever stood and appreciated the sea like this. Actually, I guess the day I arrived here, I was awestruck as well. But standing here was making me feel like I was truly seeing it for the first time. Incredible. The horizon perfectly split the two endlessly expanding blues. Oh. I felt my pamphlet in my room, and right when I was curious too. Right. She was my pamphlet. Hey, Ame, are there any other landmasses visible from here?
な よ。島の全方位眺めて見えるのは海だけです。
There was zero lag from when I called her to when she answered. Cool. This place is a picture quest paradise.
見た目だけじゃなくてですね、島での生活も全部ひっくるめて楽園なんです。
Okay then. If I didn't start hallucinating numbers, I might have actually believed that. I could have been cynical, but I figured I shouldn't spoil the beautiful scenery.
もう夕日は見られましたか？
No, not yet. Right, the sunset. I bet with this scenery, the sunset would be epic.
大きな宝石がキラキラと輝きながら海の向こうに沈んでいくんです。
That was quite expressive for you, Ame.
実はパンフレットの文言そのままです。
Aha. I guess I was foolish to compliment her.
ところでお腹が空いているんですか？
Hmm?
お腹の虫が雨にははっきりと聞こえています。
Yeah, circumstances made me skip lunch. I was thinking of taking a stroll around campus, but I decided I would just head back early. But this view kind of stopped me.
この景色気に入ってくれましたか？
Yeah, I feel like we can get along.
そんな雨はですね、誰とでも。
I meant with the island and its scenery. I guess she misunderstood the way I use get along. Oh, I would love to get along with Ame. Totally love to. But it certainly seemed odd for an AI to misunderstand like that. Guess I'll be heading back. Need to eat and got some other stuff to do.
海に落ちないよ。くれぐれも気をつけてお帰りください。
Well, I won't as long as you don't. Oh right, I was wondering about something.
なんでしょう。
Something I was thinking about last night. It wasn't really a big deal, I guess. I can't touch you, can I?
もしかして触りたいんですか？
Yes. No, don't get the wrong idea. I meant this necklace.
幸運のネックレスですか？
I can't touch you, and you can't touch me. So how did you give me this? Himari was there too, but I didn't notice I had it until afterwards. Which means she handed it over to me in your stead, right?
さすがですね。そのネックレスはですね、人工妖精さんの結晶みたいなものなんです。雨が人工妖精さんに働きかけて首のところで結晶化してもらいました。
Is that another one of your programs?
そうですね。なので触れなくても渡せます。
I see. Got it. That made sense. I guess. It looked like I would have to take things at face value for a while longer. And with a good attitude, of course. Alright, I'm off this time. Thanks, Ame.
はい。いつでもお呼びくださいませ。
Yep. Wow, she disappeared in a haste. After she mentioned it, I felt like I wanted to see the sunset more and more. I could see it at my leisure, so I decided to prioritize my hunger. No matter how great of a paradise this island was, I couldn't just bum around all day. Yeah, I had to get off on a good foot here.
どうして2位は全部自分でやっちゃうかな？
I don't know, Imoto-san, but I think this is a good place to stop this episode for Dal Segno. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and the Chu Ni Byo and the student council president. I'm loving this game so far, and it's really up there, like a 10 out of 10 so far. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next episode. Aznbaka, signing out.